Think Green, Act Green is our business mantra right here at the Micro Enterprises Support Program Trust. Now, in this day and age, it's no lie that waste and energy management continues to generate global trending topics. And MEST is still going ahead to support greening technologies in both its value chains as well as enterprise development pillars. Welcome to another greening episode of Rescue My Business. I'm Shiko Kaitani. One of the Micro Enterprises Support Program Trust pillars is green growth development. This involves the promotion of resource-efficient, clean and climate-sensitive technologies and solutions through water resource management, renewable energy and efficiency, solid waste management, good agronomic practices, green growth sensitization campaigns, and green financing.
MEST is a leading agency in helping to transition the Kenyan economy towards green growth. And what that means is whatever the obstacles lie within the environment, they have become MEST's product in terms of providing that bridge between the green economy and the current and sustainable development model that is currently adopted by the private sector in Kenya. So what we see, and we have annual Green Growth Conference in Kenya, which we have carried over the last couple of years. We are trying to sensitize the market towards green growth and helping to overcome the hurdles that prevent the private sector from moving towards green growth.
Last week on the show, we focused on Green Growth Part 1, where we showed you the various interventions by MEST in areas of water resource management and good agronomic practices taught to farmers. On today's show, we extend our coverage to another aspect of natural resource management, which is renewable energy and efficiency, as well as solid waste management. You will learn how farmers and processors are utilizing waste and energy efficiently. And so, MEST is creating its footprint on the ground, with numerous smallholders being trained on the benefits of resource management and its importance.
If we use the resources we have today for our needs for today, and we are not sensitive to the generations, to the coming generations, and how they will have, whether they will have any resources also to meet their future needs, then we become like an extinct community in the short term.
We kick off the show by focusing on one of the valuable green energies, biogas. Its benefits extend beyond protecting our climate from deforestation, soil erosion, and poor rainfall.
We are also introducing, and we have right now already constructed over 400 biogas digesters with farmers, dairy farmers across the regions where we work, so that they can replace the fossil fuel, the firewood, the paraffin, the gas that they are using in their households for cooking through the waste from their animals. We have also done some with school where they also use human waste, yes, to produce biogas.
We meet 3 dairy farmers who have successfully managed to utilize waste from their dairy cows and that of their farms. They have embraced biogas as an alternative to their energy source for domestic use, both for cooking and lighting. The biogas digester you see here is an anaerobic digester which partially converts manure to energy in the form of biogas, which contains methane. Like most people, Mr. Njoroge here depended on gas to cook, which in the long run was proving to be very expensive.
Currently we are using this biogas for purposes of managing our kitchen, because we wanted to move away from liquefied gas, and we wanted a cheaper way of living, because I know liquefied gas, we were using 2 mitungis or 3 per month, depending on the cooking. And we realized it's very expensive. So we wanted something that will make our life a little bit comfortable. That's how we went for the biogas. And biogas it has made our life very comfortable. In that you can cook any hour. If you want to boil in water, anything that we need to do, we do it through this.
Mr. Njoroge explains that he is able to easily collect dung from his dairy farm at no cost, mix it with water, then feed his biogas digester. And voila! He has enough gas for all his home cooking. Furthermore, the bioslurry produced from the process may look like dirty water, but it acts as organic fertilizer that has improved the soil fertility in his farm.
We realized that the product of a biogas digester is very important for the shamba. And for that reason, we decided to go biogas. And the product, the waste, is what we use in the shamba. As you may have seen, our climbing beans, they look very nice. The leaves, they look very well fed because we use the slurry from the biogas digester.
And the same goes for Mr. Mungori and Eunice Jambi, both located in the coastal region. The biogas system in their homes have not only helped them in cooking, but also powered their homes.
Ikitoka kwa ng'ombe, tunaishukua, tunakoroga, alafu tukikoroga, inaenda kwa hiyo shimu, alafu inakaa.
And once decomposition begins to take place in the heated airtight tank, Mr. Mungori and Eunice are able to use the energy produced for cooking and lighting. They testify to have greatly cut energy costs at the home level.
Sasa tangu niweke hii biogas naona ni nzuri sana, haina gharama. Mbeleni nilikuwa nateseka makaa, gasi. Sasa hii naona hata nashukuru Mungu, kila siku nasema Mungu ananipenda kwa sababu hii haina gharama yoyote.
We meet John Shege, a service provider who works closely with MEST to construct the systems for farmers.
Kuna mtu najegea biogas, akianza kuitumia zile kuni nilimwachaga nazo, zile alikuwa anatumia. Baada ya miaka 2 nakuta ziko pale pale nje. Kumaanisha mazingira imehifadhika na hali ya anga inaweza kurudi sasa kukosa kuendelea kuharibika zaidi.
The benefits of biogas are numerous. 1. It reduces your household waste due to reuse. It refrains people from participating in deforestation. It also reduces your cooking fuel expenses by up to 90%. Biogas allows you to cook quickly and light effectively. It has health benefits since there is no emission of smoke and soot. And finally, biogas slurry from the biogas digester is rich in nutrients and improves soil health. In Taita Taveta County, the sound of children singing warms us up.
Our God is a big, big God. Our God is a big, big God.
We are welcomed at the St. Joseph's Orphanage to see how their institution biogas digester has been serving them thanks to MEST intervention. With over 40 children under their care, the Children's Home Administration is a busy lot. And attending to these children's needs translates to high operational costs too. And as you would know, the kitchen is one of the biggest and busiest sections of a home. Sophia Wakesho, a cook at the orphanage, tells us firewood was their source of energy for years. Feeding all the children and staff required large amounts of firewood for their stove.
Tulisaidiwa na mess kutengeneza hii biogas ambayo ndio hii hapa. Imetusaidia sana hasa wakati wa jua ndio huwa inafanya vizuri zaidi. Tunapika githeri, pure, yani chakula chochote kile tu watu wanakula, tunatumia biogas, hatutumii kuni, tunatumia biogas.
With their biogas digester, they are able to cook all their meals. This is an affordable and quick way to cook as they conserve the environment. Sophia tells us their biogas digester also does more than light their stoves. It is of great benefit to the farm as the bioslurry from the cistern chamber is used as organic fertilizer for their farm.
Na pia hii biogas yetu inatusaidia kwa kupika peke yake, inatusaidia pia kwa mbolea shambani, ndio inatusaidia kukuza chakula. Kama wakati wa mboga hivi huwa hatuna shida ya mboga kwa sababu hiyo mbolea na zinafanya tu vizuri. Ndio maana sasa hata ukiangalia shamba letu mimea zinafanya vizuri, zinanawiri vizuri kwa sababu ya hiyo mbolea kutoka kwa biogas.
Sophie and the entire family at the orphanage have seen the true benefits of going green. The orphanage fraternity is no longer exposed to inhaling the carbon monoxide produced while burning wood or charcoal, thanks to this shift of adopting green technology.
So another aspect of energy resource management that MEST is involved in is actually helping institutions and processors save on energy costs so that they can cut down on production costs too.
At St. Joseph Mission Hospital, switching from the conventional source of power to a more affordable and reliable power source was of high importance. The facility provides affordable healthcare services to locals in the Taita Taveta County, most of who are smallholder farmers. MEST came in to support the noble cause, with an aim of helping the farmers and the locals to access more affordable medical care that would be realized with the cutting down of energy costs.
Just did a proposal and submitted the proposal to MESP, whereby the proposal went through and MESP was in a position to install the solar panels in our hospital. The main aim of installing the solars to our hospital was, in our proposal we had mentioned that if we had the solar panels in place in our hospital, that will reduce the running cost. That is the cost of the cost that we get from grid electricity. The solar electricity will definitely be cheap, and the impact of that will be, if the running costs are going down, then it means the patients who are coming to our facility, the charges won't be high.
In 2009, the administration made a big change, installing solar panels to cut down their massive expenditure on power bills. With this new partnership formed, St. Joseph Mission Hospital is now fully powered on solar energy, allowing them to run their operation effectively and efficiently. The solar panels serve key departments and functions that include security cameras, lab equipment, computers, in-house lighting, and their water heating system. And the best part is, the drop in operational costs has enabled the hospital to offer very affordable healthcare that is almost free.
We have been able to cut the cost of seeking the services in our hospital now that we are using the solar, which is, I would say, kind of free of charge.
Renewable energy is highly recommended due to the fact that it's available freely and naturally replenished. The sources range from sunlight, wind, rain, biomass to geothermal heat. Benefits attributed to renewable energy cannot be overemphasized, and they include less pollution, which translates to fewer health risks, less harm to our planet with little or no global warming emissions. Renewable energy is also pocket-friendly, as one incurs the initial cost of setting up only. Sectors in the renewable energy industry has many job opportunities. And finally, it is free and inexhaustible. In Lukenya area, we meet Janet Kavindu, one of the solar power beneficiaries whose life is now switched on, and she is very happy. The small and medium industries have one great challenge in their operation: mammoth power bills. As a result, MEST has taken the initiative to work with such industries in the agriculture value chains to help them find a solution that is not only beneficial to them, but also to farmers.
We have also worked with the small industries, especially the farms that are doing value addition, together in partnership with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers to carry out energy audits. And these energy audits, they inform the owners of these factories on areas where they can use technology to reduce the use of the natural resources like water and power.
MEST has therefore teamed up with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers to encourage enterprises in the private sector to adopt sustainable use of the energy resource. CAM CEO Phyllis Wakiaga tells us why they too support and work in close relation with MEST on greening initiatives.
MEST is a good partner of Kenya Association of Manufacturers. We are both implementing partners under the Danida Green Growth Program. So KAM and MEST are both partners under that. We have worked specifically with MEST on the issue of the competitiveness of the SME sector. This has been mainly around the technical capacity building of the SMEs, because we realize sometimes what stifles the growth of the SME sector is a lack of capacity. So we've been able to jointly identify the priority areas for training and develop training and capacity building programs. So in terms of our partnership with MEST, supporting the SME sector to grow has been at the center of what we do. And it's also about the green growth of the SME sector, because we've also been doing energy audits for the SME sector through the partnership that we've had with MEST.
At Magarini Dairy Society, the uptake and adoption of solar energy is evident. The Milk Collection Center powers its 500-liter milk chiller system using this eco-friendly technology to address post-harvest losses. Milk chillers are required for the preservation of milk once milked. Without them, it could mean spoilage of large amounts of milk, ultimately leading to losses for the dairy farmers. Something that was quite common here at Magarini Dairy.
Pale nyuma tulikuwa tunachukua maziwa kwa mfano yale ya jioni. Kuyaweka mpaka asubuhi inakuwa ni shida. So inabidi tuatafutie soko la haraka haraka tuyauze. Si kuyaweka ili kwamba kuyauza kwa soko ambalo liko reliable. Inabidi tuyauze kwa yoyote ambaye anahitaji. Pengine anataka kujiwekea kwa sababu ya kesho. Na jinsi maziwa yalivyozidi kuongezeka ikawa ni shida kubwa. Tukajaribu mbinu zile za kienyeji, pengine kujaribu kuyachemsha ndio asubuhi tuone kwamba yatakuwa yako sawa. Wakati mwingine maziwa yanaamka yameharibika yote. Na unajua mkulima kule yeye ameleta maziwa yake. So kile atakachokuwa anataka ikifika mwisho wa mwezi anataka pesa. Na yale maziwa yameharibika. So tumekuwa na shida kubwa sana.
In partnership with the Micro Enterprises Support Program Trust, the members of Magarini have reasons to smile for their milk chiller and state-of-the-art solar panels that are addressing their earlier challenges.
Tulikuwa tukitegemea ile tunaita Kenya Power, ambapo mara nyingi imekuwa pia let down, lakini tulipopata ile chiller tukawa tunasema sasa tumepona, kwa sababu sasa tunaweza pokea maziwa asubuhi, tunaweza pokea maziwa jioni. Lakini sasa kukaja wakati fulani kwa kuna ile tunaita power rationing. Kwa hivyo maeneo fulani yanakosa stima kwa wakati fulani, na ikikosa stima hivyo ujue maziwa yako kwa chiller tumeweka on, na pengine usiku hakuna mtu atakuja kufungulia angalie kama imekata ama haikukata, kwa sababu tunajua haina shida. Lakini tukifika asubuhi tunakuta maziwa yameharibika.
Magarini farmers are proud that they are playing a role to promote green and clean energy.
Wajua ile kitu mimi nimeangalia ni kwamba hatujakuwa na shida ya kuona moto umeteremka chini, kwa sababu hizo panels unajua ni nyingi, hizo zenyewe ni nyingi, na hata ile mashine iko pale ambayo ndio inapokea huo moto pia yenyewe ni kubwa. So hata moto ule unatumika pale ni kama moto kidogo tu, ni moto kidogo tu. So hatujaona kama wakati mwingine nalemewa, hatujaona ikilemewa hata wakati mmoja.
So we catch up with Swahid Twahir, who has established an eco-friendly dispensation in eliminating waste tossed by coconut farmers and sellers.
The accumulation of such waste has contributed to flooding and other public nuisances within the coastal region. He has therefore crafted a coconut waste recycling plant to produce briquettes for energy. The briquettes are made from coconut husks and coconut shells. Users of this product testify that these briquettes cook quickly and for longer.
When we started, coconut husks and coconut shells were considered waste, and they were just left in farms lying idle and also emitting gas called methane, which is also a green carbon emission. So now we are actually collecting it, we are paying them money to carbonize it for us, and we are converting it into charcoal briquettes. From the farmers, they're very happy, definitely, because they used to throw the coconut husks away. Now they found a market for them. So for them, they are getting at least 4,000 or 5,000 shillings extra per month.
We meet another processing company, Equator Kenya, who struggled with bringing down their cost of production without much success. They experienced skyrocketing electricity bills. MEST, in collaboration with the Kenya Association of Manufacturers (KAM), supported an energy audit for Equator Kenya Limited, aiming at identifying areas of improvement to achieve efficient utilization of water and energy at the factory.
We started our partnership with MEST in the year 2010. We entered into an MOU whereby MEST was to help us finance several things. Key among them, they opted us to do an energy audit, the KAM energy audit. They financed it. They've also helped us to finance the initial stages of ISO 22000 certification, for which I'm proud to say that we are in the final stages of certification.
Equator have since then taken in the recommendations and are currently installing a big solar dryer estimated to cost millions of shillings. On completion, this will make chili from Equator Kenya Limited more competitive, thus increasing its market stability for chili farmers. Another different utilization of the coconut waste by small industries can best be learned from Kentaste and Kwale coconut processors, who are using the dried shells and husks to power their processing units. Public-to-private partnerships between county governments and the private sector companies should work together to finance, set up and operate objects that can ensure producers and processors adopt the green growth philosophy. The chairman of the Board of Trustees at MEST tells us how.
There's a lot of private sector development taking place at the county level. County governments have no clue about helping the private sector to transition towards the green economy. So the government should have a major role to hold counties to understand what is the enabling environment they need to create, so that the governor and the MCAs are creating laws that at the local level that are helping to transition the private sector towards green growth, but also the funds the county governments are receiving are also in a way spent in a way that creates incentives and disincentives to the private sector to move towards green growth.
Well, to continue the green growth conversation, MEST, in partnership with Danida and other players, invites you for the National 4th Green Growth Conference and Exhibition at KICC from the 17th October to 18th October 2017. Come and learn more of the contribution being made to this agenda. To conserve the natural resources, recycle, reduce, and reuse.
Now, as we wrap up this episode, we'd like to remind you that climate change solutions begin with you and me. On behalf of the Micro Enterprises Support Program Trust, we'd like to say thank you for tuning in to our very first season of Rescue My Business. For more details on our products and services, still go ahead and give us a call. We are at your service. I have been your host, Shiko Kaitani, and I have to say, it's been a real pleasure. God bless you. We'll see you soon.